Hello everyone, I'm Shiham, Technical Manager for Apex Industrial Chemicals Limited in Aberdeen. Today, I will be giving a summary of things to consider on industrial and institutional formulation. The 5 topics I will consider are cost of formulation, availability of raw material, environmental aspects, regulations and feasibility of upscaling. Talking about cost, consider the percentage contribution of raw materials to the final formula and they are costly and if it can be replaced with cost-effective alternatives. Also think about the delivery time of your supply chain. Next is availability. Think about whether the materials, the formulations are readily available. Are they naturally derived and coming from sustainable sources? What's the expiry date on them? Do they need special storage conditions? For example, any specific temperature and humidity, they need to be kept in or away from sunlight and so on. Environmental aspects play a key role in formulation too. Think about whether you have chosen the correct raw material for the product. Are they biodegradable? Can it be swapped for green alternatives? What's the final classification of the product label? Regulations also sit closely with environmental aspects. Check if these are substances, polymers or mixtures. Ensure materials are all REACH compliant. Do I need any certifications for the product I will be placing on the market? Did I choose the right material to be able to get this? Is this product and its application bound with any tight regulations and limitations in terms of material usage? Also, if are of correct grade and purity. Once you are satisfied with all of the above, think about feasibility of scaling up. How easy it is to take the product to the manufacturing plant. Do I need new equipment and blending tools? For example, heating blankets, insulations and stirrers. Also, safety aspects with regards to PPE and process procedures to protect staff and operators. Now think how the final production can think how the final product can be stored. Is there any minimum maximum temperature to be kept? Is there any humidity and weather conditions to avoid? Check compatibility with material of containers in which the product will be kept in storage. Also, surfaces it may be used. For example, corrosion rate of a metal cleaner you have just formulated and compatibility of elastomers and so on. Thank you for listening to me. I hope you enjoy my presentation. Do you have any questions? Feel free to email me on shama.shiham@apexchemicals.com. Thank you.
Sorry about that. Right, Shima, I guess one question for me. I mean, your presentation is quite heartfelt. I mean, the comment, there is also
very basic.
Well, no, I think I think as was said, I mean, this idea of Maslow's hierarchy and so on, if we don't get the fundamentals right, it doesn't matter how good the data or the processing or anything else is. So I think it doesn't hurt us to go back and think about the fundamentals. I guess your comment was the second half of your poster, so to speak. There's also an option to buy in fully formulated products. I mean, have you had examples of people formulating things where really they shouldn't have been?
Perhaps, yes. If you don't have the facilities to test on biodegradability or you don't have accreditations to place product on the market, then I think it's a good idea to buy in from, experts, the companies who formulate and have all the certificates and everything in hand.
So basically, even if you pay more, you're saving a lot of time and effort by not having to generate all those expertise you haven't got.
Indeed, yeah. So you have backup plans, you have all the certifications, all the safety data sheets, and you are covered if there's any audits on, internally. So you have all the certifications and everything you need. At the same time, the product works fine.
Yeah. No, good point. And I mean, we've managed to avoid one topic that's in the news. I'll bring up another one, which is, I mean, as we're coming up to Brexit, this presumably will become, I don't know. Do you think this will become more challenging for people because there'll be more sets of regulations we have to understand?
Yes, of course. Yeah, with the Brexit, you have UK reach. So for downstream users, it's a less burden. For manufacturers or importers, it's going to be hassle to register product. But we are all learning now, so I think we have plenty time before we pass the deadline. I mean, we have a window period of 180 days for most of these regulations. So I don't
Right.
think it,
Okay.
yes.
And I mean, in terms of exporting, though, I suppose there isn't. I mean, we will no longer be covered by European whatever agreements. So I suppose that means there will be different things that will apply as we export.
Yes, yeah, that's right, Simon. At the same time, we have Ireland. We can get
Yeah.
products from Ireland, so there is a door open from that side. So it's very uncertain period now. So as a small and medium business, we are just learning how to tackle these things.
Yeah.
How to be compliant and get everything right in terms of Brexit.
Yeah. And I mean, once again, I think it comes back to having the right data. And I mean, it is running under Industry 4.0, Formulation 4.0, having that whole traceability is only going to make that easier, even if there are more regulations, well, different sets of regulations you have to understand and apply to.
Yes, I mean, the biocidal product regulation is a huge thing now because most of the people use sanitizers and everything, and
Yes.
it's very strictly covered by this European Chemical Agency. So, yeah, we have to make sure that we are doing the right thing.
Great. Okay. Thank you, Shyama. If there are no
Thank you
more
very